Distinguished colleague, Madam Pro Tem, yesterday the LSCC released a list of public officials appointed and elected. Those who complied, those who did not comply. 15 of our colleagues did not comply. I'm asking us, those 15 colleagues, Mr. President of the Senate, the 15 senators who did not comply, they are listed. So, may I make my case without it? You see? Because maybe nobody can see our salary. We own to ourselves. That is why we're losing our stand. That's why we're losing our standing for oversight. Because who is going to have to declare the asset when we can declare our own first? That's not everything we got to joke with and laugh with. Mr. President of the Senate, Madam Pro Tem, distinguished colleagues, I think some mechanism need to be put in place here so that we can be made to abide by the law. We don't seem to be outside the law, and then it does not take away our oversight authority, that rectitude, that standing. So, so that will be the Pandora box. That will be the Pandora box. The LSCC is not right. Don't even start. They get started on our phone. People on our phone, they say something on
that Taylor, you have the time on the floor. That is going to speak and you can have your time. Senator Dogo, please protect
the code of conduct was passed by the legislature. The code of conduct was passed by the legislature. In the code of conduct, the revised version we deliberately stated in section 10 that public officials, categorized public officials, elected and appointed as categorized, must declare their asset. If you are elected, declare prior to entering the office. If you are appointed, you get within 30 days after your appointment to declare your asset. And when people come for confirmation hearing, even nominees who are not yet placed under the code of conduct, who have nothing to do with the code of conduct, we ask them questions if they have declared their asset. We who asking the question, we must declare our asset. Because at least we're already in the office. I rest my case.
Mr. President of the Senate, distinguished senator, initially I thought to speak on this matter, but the Pro Tem said I should reduce also my concern in writing. And fortunately, or unfortunately for me, I see Senator did not raise the issue, so I therefore want to pack my in as an opportunity to speak on the matter. First, I want to be clear first that our colleagues senators did not raise an issue that's very important. But I think what's important most should have been that the Secretary of the Senate should give for every report. Because consistent with 10.2 of the Code of Conduct, the depository of our filing is with the Secretary of the Senate. With the House of Representatives, it was the Chief Clerk.
You reject that?
In the judiciary, it stayed there. The amended law talk about 4.1. I've been looking through it. Okay, that new law, I said you have it, but what I have, 10.2, still have the depository there. Now, so on that basis, some of us filed with the Secretary of the Senate.
People, ordinary people,
okay,
dealing with scholars.
We filed with the Secretary of the Senate. So we expect the Secretary of the Senate to take a report on the status. Because if it becomes blanket, we need to be clear on that fact. Because it's filing. The second issue I want to raise here is that we are not going to be in a situation where because the president speak on a matter, even though belatedly on a matter, then people think we should run with things here. The first thing is that how can you suspend local government officials who you are not even paid for 9 months? You're not even paid them on payroll in the first place. That's one. Two, the regulation of the NACC does not measure local government officials. In the regulation, the law does not measure them. The law says those are involved into contracting activities. Are our commissioners contracting? Are they awarding contract when you know that we have a centralized government without even enforce decentralization? And people have a list with MIA, with all our commissioners, our township commissioner to be suspended? That's a violation of the very law we're talking about. I just want to make it clear here. It's a violation. Thank you.
So now the Judiciary Committee, if they are not ready today to look at some of the legal issues that the Topo raised. He talked about commissioner and the law didn't call commissioner. So he said 10.2, he said 10.2 of the law says the Senate should be posted with the Secretary of the Senate. Yes. And the member of the House with the chief clerk.
When you deposit, when you declare,
so that protect the protest.
when you declare and deposit with the Secretary of the Senate is forwarded to the LACC. Right? And the LACC will give receipt.
Correct.
So it's not just the Secretary of the Senate, it's forwarded by the Secretary of the Senate to the LACC, and you get a receipt that you have declared your asset.
So is that
it's based on that. Yeah. The LACC is printing a list of people who have declared, people who have not declared. Because the Secretary of the Senate is also submitting what you declare to him to the LACC. The next issue is if there's a law or if the code of conduct says that there are certain categories of appointed officials or elected officials that should declare their asset, and they have commissioners who are listed for suspension and they do not fall in the category. The list was printed by the LACC.
Okay, so I'd like to say thanks to all of you tonight. Thanks for joining us. Welcome to another edition of the program. This is the Late Night Show, the Late Night Politics on Spoon. We are here live across the Spoon Network, Spoon FM 107.5. We're live on Fabric Radio 101.1 and a host of other radio stations across the country. Thanks to everyone for joining us tonight on the Late Night Show. This is where we discuss Liberia. We bring the issues to you. We provide you the updates and afford you the time where you can weigh in your thoughts on those different issues after bringing you some analysis on those different issues of concerns every night. So I'd like to welcome all of you to the program tonight. My name is Nelson Collier, and we are streaming live across the internet as well. Spoon TV, Fabric TV, Super TV on Facebook, and on YouTube we are there. Spoon Talk Live is our YouTube handle, and we want to welcome all of you tonight joining us from across the internet. It's going to be a great show, a lot to talk about. We are going to bring you the updates here. Let me recognize a few of you joining us in the comment section tonight. Kindly share the program as you come on. I see Eric McGill is here tonight. Thanks for joining us, Eric McGill from Atlanta, Georgia. We appreciate you coming on tonight. Kindly share the program. Hipko Kazi is here. Thanks for joining us, Hipko Kazi. Ruth Goba joining us as well. And I see Wani Boto is here joining in tonight on the program. So yes, thanks to all of you for coming on. Let's hope we can have a great show with a whole lot happening across the country. I want to go in the background and bring our brother AB Muzi AB Abraham is here tonight. Abraham, thanks for joining us, man. It's good to have you on tonight.
Yeah, thank you, my friend and brother Nelson. Thank you for being part of this show.
Yeah. So I mean, how are you? How's everything with you, man? The weekend is here. You know, the weekend is usually that quiet time. Is not as busy or noisy as it will be most times in the course of the week on a regular work weekday. Yeah, but how's your weekend going?
My weekend is going very much good. I mean, I'm just home. I mean, because I'm not going to work this weekend.
Okay.
This is my weekend off. So I'm home and I was just been relaxing, listening to your boss, the Spoon Network show. So that kept me laughing. But I'm good.
Okay. Yeah, so it's a great thing that we're here again to talk Liberia, to discuss the issues that matters to the country, the well-being, the forward march of the country, Liberia itself. That's something we're all concerned about. So again, I want to welcome everyone to the show. I see Adama Bolafali is here. Bafali, yes. Marcus joining us as well. Joseph Tuare, Rufus Quena from YouTube, and all of the people joining us tonight. Let me bring Charles on. Charles, how are you tonight? It's good to have you on.
Oh, nothing. I'm good, man. How you doing?
Yeah, man, you wiping up like you from eating, my man. But how's the weekend going?
Yeah, the weekend is doing good. We are observing the weekend, though on our side here, it is heavily snowing.
Okay,
We are observing it indoor quietly.
that's a great one. That's a great one.
Yeah.
And is that is the beauty of nature, I think.
Yeah.
We don't have it. We will never have it all. You know, like having 100% of everything you need.
Of
Um,
course.
yes, there's one time you have the heat and you don't have the cold, and someone somewhere needs the cold because that person has too much of a heat, and then the next thing, um, you want the heat, but you don't have it. You have too much of a cold, and the other man on the other side, so that's it. That's what makes nature so
Next, I wanted to know what child is calling from, what child is tuning in from, because
where
I'm
you
he,
from
from?
I'm from Rhode Island.
man, you guys does not get snow like us.
I'm from New England. Yeah, no, but it's pouring the snow
We
here. It's
we
pouring the
we are
snowing.
we are the giant of snow in
I
Minnesota.
know. I know that. I know
My
that
man, my man,
Minnesota, North Dakota, those areas they are heavily, and
Not,
you know, uh,
they are heavy areas.
nothing. The funny thing about it, that as soon they receive 2 inches of snow, then they color white. They color.
we are the giants of heat. You know, when you want excessive heat, that time to always get a heat. But Mama, welcome to the show, man. It's good to have you on tonight.
Yeah, thank you, Nelson. Thank you to my fellow panelists and stuff, and our many listeners. We are back again to
Yeah,
discuss the issue, as always.
yeah. There is this person who says his favorite person on the show is Mova, and the man said he can enjoy it when Mova says gentle guys. Let's be frank, gentle
Wait,
guys.
that they got Nelson, that they got when he went to the studio, that they all called me that he.
Yeah,
Or that,
I was in the studio somewhere in town, and
oh
My
you know.
man, Marba hitting the gym. I don't know. Marba, what's going on, my man? I seen that the
I
arm is
mean,
popping
that
up.
thing. The man can eat five pound of beans. Then you go to the gym, you train for
my man,
3 seconds.
my man,
My
are going
man,
according, I can eat according to my diet, bro.
Gentlemen, we have to move on, man. You leave mobile and that gym. If I show you the amount of rest and all the kind of fatty food mobile can eat every day, Anyway, but guys, there's a whole lot happening. I want us to do our opening quickly. I don't know, we didn't have a show last night, so probably we could get some of our folks on tonight. Drop the link in the comment section to get some of them joining us, since we didn't get to do it last night. But let's do our opening quickly. Just what's on your mind, and we can start with you, AB, and then we're gonna go to Charles, and then Mova will be next.
I mean, what is on my mind for me to be able to discuss is the goodies. I call that the goodies.
The goodies?
Yeah, the goodies of our this government. This government is setting the way, the pathway to 2029. And so that's what I'm here to be able to talk about. And the government is doing extremely well in regards to all of the sectors. This government is doing extremely well. And I cannot stop telling President Weah. But for me, it was never strange to me, though, because I know that that's what the president was elected for. And when the when people put trust in you and they voted for you, so you must deliver, and that's what our president is doing, and the vice president, and the members of the national legislature, and they are doing the right thing. And I should not believe that history will be able to put them on the right side of history. Thank you.
Well, thanks a lot for your input. We appreciate you. Let's hear from you, Charles.
Yeah, Nelson, thank you for having me. Let me say thank you to our many people, many listeners, and people that watch us on social media. By what means, I want to say thank you for always being here. Nelson, it is very serious. You see, some of these things when we come here and we say, people say, "Oh, why are we beating on this government, or why are we beating on these people that fail to follow the rule of law in our country?" You now see that the quote-unquote speaker, majority speaker, in fact, he called himself regime speaker. Now you can see how his statement is completely divisive. His statements undermines the rules of law. His statement undermines the fight that is going on in the Capitol. In the Capitol building. Now, citizens, supporters of Unity Party, people who see beyond just the surface, can now see how this quote-unquote speaker is dancing around with a word that he's only a regime speaker. Basically, if you're not from Unity Party, it means he's not your speaker. So that alone tells you that, yes, this gentleman agreed that yes, they illegally removed the legitimate speaker. His statement alone tells you that yes, indeed.
Did he really say he's a regime speaker? Was he speaking in context? Is there any reason why we should go beyond just the statement regime speaker?
Well, it's just so clear. It's so clear that if I'm the one going out to speak and knowing the fact that if for any reason I did something correctly, when I'm going out to speak to my people, I'm not going to speak and narrow it to a particular sector. If you claim to be the speaker of that bureau, it means you're the speaker of that bureau. You're not a regime speaker. You're not a Unity Partisan speaker. Or you're not Unity Party.
But let's put it this way, and it's important. I think that's a great opening, a great way to start the show, Charles. But let's put it this way. Councilor Kofa was from the CDC. Some people call him the CDC speaker. Former Speaker Buford Chambers was from the CDC. Other people say he was a CDC speaker. If the speaker who is from the Unity Party says he's a regime speaker, is there any similarity between a regime speaker and a CDC speaker versus that of a youth, let's say a regime speaker is there any similarity between saying the CDC speaker and let's say the Unity Party speaker and that of the regime speaker? Is there any difference between the two, the Unity Party speaker or the regime speaker, or the CDC speaker and that of the anti-government speaker? Is there any similarity?
So nothing. It's just so simple. It's just so simple, and it's clear that our Liberian people need to know this.
Okay.
When when Representative Buffer, the former Representative Buffer Chimmer, when he was the Speaker of the House, I've never yet, or I stand to be corrected, never to hear Senator or Representative Buffer Chimmer go on a program where he was invited to announce that he is a regime speaker or he is a CDC speaker. People in the party
are coming, Charles. If the man is from the Unity Party and he's the Speaker of the House of Representatives under a Unity Party administration, how is that different from being a regime speaker?
No, so here's the thing. If you are a speaker, whether you're from party A or B, you are Speaker of the Republic of Liberia. You're not a regime speaker.
Great. I mean, Charles, don't take us around the bush here, because I mean, you are Speaker of the Republic of Liberia, Speaker of the 55th Legislature, whichever way you want to put it. I mean, and permit me. I will play the devil's advocate here, but you are Speaker of the 55th Legislature, or whatever, whichever way you want to put it. But every single speaker has a political root.
Yeah,
and that political root, to some extent, you get to be, identified by that political root. You get to be, I'm trying to find a way to put it, right?
Let me help you.
You got to be affiliated with that political root. So, for example, Yeke Koluba, Representative Yeke Koluba now, many times said to Speaker Buffer Chimmer, you're a CDC speaker. In his words, you are bare ball to President George Weah. You're a CDC speaker. President George Weah tells you anything you do. I mean, is that different from what we are talking about here now?
Yes, Nelson, yes, the thing. And I think my brother Lane is saying something in the comment section, right? There is no way possible, logically, if you are elected by the Liberian people to serve as Speaker.
Yeah.
Because when I say the Liberian people, which means the representatives, then they are represented by the people. So they are the Liberian people that make him Speaker. If you are the Speaker, it means you are the Speaker of the Republic. You're not a regime. So that understand that word regime speaker. When you say regime speaker, it means you are describing your speakership to a particular government. And based on that, that's the reason why you're seeing some of these things that happen. Charles. Speaker Cover have never said he is a regime speaker or he is a CDC speaker. Never. People in CDCs, people in the party can say, oh yeah, that I was speaker. That is granted because that's their party. Anybody can say anything. But if you reach to that position as a speaker, there are some times when you go on program, the things you say, right? The words you put out, you have to be very cognizant of it. You have to be very critical and analytical in disseminating information to the people, because you're dealing with critical-minded people. You're not dealing with stupid people. You're not dealing with crazy people. Liberians, we are smart people. So you're dealing with people that understand the issues. So for you to come and say,
I want to hold you there. Fortunately, we were just doing our opening, and then you brought this up, but it's okay. It's okay.
But the reason why you see me I brought this up is because I was attacked by you and Lynn. I was attacked by you and Lynn that for every time it comes to this speaker thing and Rachel Kuhn, I pull up my guts, my veins, everything.
Come on, Charles. we had that conversation in context, and we're done with that. You know, don't use the conversation of 5 years ago to come to the situation now. George, I want to welcome you to the show. But Lynn Lacour wrote something very interesting in the comment section. He said,
They still lean, man. They still lean.
Stop playing with sentiments here. Charles, whether regime speaker or speaker in name only, you are loyal to the party you serve and its agenda. You are loyal to the party you serve and its agenda. So it's using the line of reasoning that Lynn is trying to put across here. Is it fair to say that Buffer Chambers, for example, in the 54th legislature, was loyal to the party CDC and its agenda, and it was because of that that Yeke Koluba, for example, will always get at former President George Weah when he was not given the time on the floor under the leadership of Buffer Chambers to express himself. Is it fair to say that even Buffer Chambers was a regime speaker, given that he Buffer Chambers was loyal to the agenda of the CDC? So
Nelson, right?
I'm not coming to you anymore. I'm not coming to you.
Lynn spoke directly to me. Lynn called my name in his text. He spoke directly to me. I can respond to him.
So just take a few seconds because we need to go across the table.
All right. Yeah. So the issue is very clear, Nelson. It's very clear. With all the hullabaloo that's been going on, the statement from the quote-unquote majority speaker, like I said, undermines everything that's been going on. If you claim you were legitimately elected as a speaker, if you claim that everything that you did is right, Richard Kun will not use that word. Apart from that, it's not just the only word that he used when he was speaking. There are other things that he said. So we will be here. We will support this regime because we want to do what the regime is supposed to do. Come on, guys. You have to put everything that he said in context and look at it logically. There are people who listen to this thing and just, for me, attempts it elementary. The statement from Richard Kun is elementary, and it is not welcoming in our democracy. Seriously.
Thanks a lot, Charles. Let's hear from our brother Moba. You know, Moba, interestingly, we're just doing our opening, but this was only play for the discussion. But Charles brought it up, so the conversation is on. But let's hear your take.
Yeah, look, for me, I don't see nothing wrong with that statement because I never supported him before, and I will not, because based on the way, probably the way he acceded to be a speaker, and it is against our constitution. It's not when they say not as long as it's not done properly, means it's not done at all. So for me, on that aspect, I would not, I'm not a fan. But in speaking reality, I believe that his statement, to me, I mean nothing divisive. It's just a structure regime. Any regime can come. And 6-year regime, that his regime, he's the speaker, according to him. So if 6-year regime come the next, I mean, if we in United Party regime, and it says here we go, another party probably may come, or different party may come, and they will still elect a new speaker. So any speaker they elect, they got to work with that regime. I don't see it to be something like divisive. I don't see it to be something like he trying to ownership or pay loyalty to party. I don't see it to be maybe he trying to divide the Liberian people. I don't see it like I don't see it like that. To me, in my own perspective, I don't see it like that. All I see is he's speaking his mind, he's speaking what he knows, and he's speaking what he probably, he think that is, is called for to say. You understand? So the statement alone, look at the statement. I see, look, next thing to me, I see nothing wrong with that statement. I know my brother George want to, Charles want to do it some kind of way, bring it away, do it away. Look, every government have their regime, and when you're working within the government, you work. If you're working in the government, He working along with the party, I mean the regime mandate, meaning what the regime wants.
Forget about that spoon and pen sign and just
Yeah.
make it, you know,
No,
because
that's my pension.
forget about
That's
the
my
spoon and the
pension.
thing, you know, just make it.
No. Somebody
Yeah, no, it's okay. Go ahead,
Yeah.
go ahead.
So let me go ahead again. If somebody say the regime, they're working in line with the president mandate, meaning what the president wants for it to be implemented, whether positive or negative, in
maybe
the
I need
interest
to
of the
play
Liberian
this.
people.
Maybe I need to play this. Maybe I need to play this. Let me play this. Let me play this.
All in the federal county trying to push the president agenda. The red agenda must be fulfilled. That's why we said that the opposition speaker will not push our agenda. We need to have our own speaker. So today I'm the regime speaker. The speaker of the Republic of Nigeria is 100% supporting His Excellency President Ibrahim.
So today, you're going to see me in the trenches. You're going to see me across the 15 counties of the country. I'm going to be pushing the agenda of my government. I'm going to be pushing the agenda of this administration. And we cannot have an opposition speaker to push the agenda of this administration more than we do. That's why we needed our own speaker. So I am the regime speaker, the speaker of the Republic of Liberia, and I'm going to push this government's agenda. Mother, let's say I take on this one.
Nelson, look, let me say this from the usual stage when all the people were running for the speaker seat, we said it. How much we never hear no negative maybe words from the former speaker. For me, I would say the present speaker because according to law he was not removed. But we confused. So when we're speaking those things, we made differences. We come in with differences. So
go ahead.
The speaker, the former speaker, right, Nelson, the short time he was there, I don't see him disagree with any policy of the government. Let me lay that straight. I don't see it, I don't hear it, and I hear no argument between him and the president. So if this speaker now, Richard Kun, coming out saying that he want to push the agenda of the government, I think we can say that a lot. We can say, what he's saying is not right, or maybe he's just doing it. But every regime there, or every government need their own speaker to push that agenda. It is true. Everywhere part of the world. That's why the ruling party always fight to the tail to make sure for the House of Representatives to elect their own partisan to be speaker, so that when they passing their things, somebody shouldn't be obstacle to it. So that when they saying things, somebody can be obstacle to it. That's why people push their party to be in America. We saw it. Nancy Pelosi when Joe Biden Obama was there, she was the speaker. What happened? She used to push her agenda. When Chong came in, what happened? She fought. It was difficult for Chong. And so every political party will want their own person to be speaker. So in that direction, Nelson, I don't see it to be anything bad. I don't see it to be, to me, I don't see it to be nothing like divisive. To me, I don't see nothing wrong with that. All he want to do, he said in the 15 countries, he want to push the government agenda, the president agenda. So while we need to be discussing now, let us see which agenda he's talking about. Let us see which development. Let us see what are some of these tangible things he's talking about to develop the mind and life of our people. That should be our argument. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Josh, let's hear you on this one, and then we're gonna bring our brother AB.
Okay, look, thank you, Nelson, and I appreciate to be here. It's a wonderful day here, Sunday morning. It's good to be alive. But Nelson, the reason why, I just got home and I decided how to come on the show is because we have been exonerated, right? We said from the beginning here that this whole
Who
thing was,
exonerated you? How did you get exonerated? Why were you implicated in the first place? Why did they when people keep
the message way in Australia they say yes, what are you talking about?
I have the clip for Josh. I have the clip for Josh from one of the editions of the show when we're discussing the real issues, serious issues. The man said to one of the guys who were supporting the rescue mission, Y'all want to come to power so y'all can get the keys that we got. I will not mention the kind of keys you're talking about, but so y'all can get the keys that we got. Because the key we get for the places there, we control those places, and you guys want to be the ones in control. I mean, George,
Nelson,
like,
Nelson, you just open your political party.
No,
because you're a
no,
politician.
George. I can understand where you come from, but go ahead, George. Go ahead.
Look, Nelson, the thing we said here, we said everything that happened, including the burning of the legislature, is all orchestrated by this president. You hear what the man has said? He said this government does not need an opposition speaker. I'm going to be the government speaker, right? That tells you that this whole thing has been orchestrated by the government. And guess what? Who's the head of this government? Joseph Yuma Boakai. He's the only one who can okay this plan before it goes ahead. And that's what happened. Nelson, let me tell you, let me give you guys a little bit of a civic lecture. And I'm not going to take a lot of time. I'm going to be very swift. You know why people are elected in the House to head these positions? Is because all the Liberian people are represented in the House. And the majority of the Liberian people want someone. That's the ideology they are supporting. The president could fairly win the House to get his speaker if he had won convincingly amongst the people. But if you find out that the people in the House who are representing the population of the Liberian people voted somebody, that means they support that person's agenda. And that's how democracy works. Because if you come in the House and you force it, like now we know that Rachel Kuhn means to force something, in the dictionary now. That's how it's been defined. To force yourself into something that you shouldn't be. The thing it's also dictionary. Go and look for it. So the thing is that, Nelson, this thing is that this guy and President Boakai force things, just like our man would say, Prophet Key would say, the force things. And Nelson, things are backfiring. So he's going, can you imagine our speaker now is going to go in the entire country preaching about UP agenda? Does that even make sense to anyone? Instead of doing the people work that is saying, therefore, when he went all around the country now to preach politics, to go and campaign for the government, what are you campaigning when you're in power? What are you going to say around the country when you're in power? They're saying this is ridiculous. The only thing you can care around the country is development, and the people will see the development and be, and praise you. Not you going around in the country to go and preach. But the thing is, Nelson, it's clear now that everything that's happening in the country about this whole speaker issue was all orchestrated by this government, and the president being the head of the government, he made everything to happen. And that's what leadership is. This president has poor leadership. He cannot easily convince people. They use cash of 15,800 for each lawmaker to make sure that they got a speaker that they wanted there, Nelson. And this is the part that pains me a lot, because when someone lies to come to power, there's nothing else they can do but to continue to either force their way or buy people loyalty and do a lot of things. That's what happening. It's sad for our country, but just what we have to face, Nelson. We can't go anywhere until the 6 years over, 5 years now to be over, and then we can move the president and tell him goodbye. His retirement package has been given to him by the Liberian people. He can go and sit down in wherever he wants to go, and we can move our country forward, because now nothing is happening in this country. The only thing that you hear now is either somebody kills somebody or people are hungry and the marketeers are fighting. That's it, Nelson. It's ridiculous, but it's what we have to face now.
Thanks a lot, Josh. Abby, you want to go ahead? Let's hear you.
Nelson, I sense a disagree with my friend and brother Modba. Modba said he does not know who will remove and how you will remove. Former Speaker Kofa.
Abby. Modba say he doesn't know, and you say he disagree with the man.
Yeah, I want to tell him how the man will remove.
Oh, okay, but then you provided clarity. If you don't disagree with me,
okay.
I say I don't know you. You said I lie. You know me.
Yeah, that's providing clarity. Sorry for that.
Yeah, go ahead, Chief.
Speaker Kofa was removed for the fact that letter was served to him and he refused to come to that body. And the same people who voted him, the Simcoe decided to say, no, we does not want you anymore. The Simcoe told him that we don't need you anymore. You cannot hold a gamble on while we are in this, the gamble while we are in the house. So an election was done. Our current speaker was elected. So that is just it. But let's come to the statement. Who said that statement was wrong? That statement was not wrong in any way. The speaker was saying if, and you can play that clip again. The speaker said, if you will refer to me as a regime speaker. He said if. So if you will refer to me as
you can be the House all in the federal county trying to push the president agenda. The red agenda must be fulfilled. Ghana will say that an opposition speaker will not push our agenda. We need to have our own speaker. So today I'm a regime speaker. The speaker of the Republic of Nigeria, 100% supporting His Excellency President Imobega. No speaker from the opposition will promote us. So we as Colombians sat and saw the federal government, the general arrest or proceeding.
yes.
So no if order. The man say he regime speaker.
No, he said if. He said if.
Play again, Nancy. Play again for him.
No, guys, please make your announcement.
AB, you get love when you make it.
AB,
you get love.
AB, there's no
but that's what we here for. That's what we here for, mobile. That's what we here for. The make it time look like other year we say we get no if, then 1 year if. They want to agree to move on. Just stop that team, man. That's how we bail up the the man lying. The man okay. The man not telling the truth. The man not telling the truth. They
correct. Let him correct.
Yeah, correct. Then we go ahead.
Move ahead. Take the if.
All in the federal county trying to push the president agenda. The red agenda must be fulfilled. Ghana will say that an opposition speaker will not push our agenda. We need to have our own speaker. So today I'm a regime speaker. The speaker of the Republic of Nigeria, 100% supporting His Excellency President Imobega.
The man said it.
The opposition will promote us. So we as Colombians sat and saw the federal government, the general arrest or proceeding.
The man said it.
Today I'm a regime speaker.
The man said it.
Guys, can you allow AB to make his point? AB, please go ahead. Let's have your take on this issue.
The speaker was not in error. That is plain blank. The speaker was right. If you elect a speaker who is part of your party, who do you expect for the speaker for him to go propagate who message? It is the president, and that is the reason why our dynamic speaker he have said to the Liberian people, if you guys will refer to me as a regime speaker, then so be it. But I am here. I will be going to the 15th county for me to go propagate the message. So I see nothing wrong with that statement. If Buffer Chima was CDC speaker, he was the same regime speaker. So nothing
wrong
with that.
Properly elected.
But they were not properly elected.
They want to force things.
Guys, we have to give AB his time to conclude. Then we take.
As far as I'm concerned, Speaker, the Speaker was duly elected by the Liberian people because the representative make vast majority of the representative that represent the Liberian people. So, in fact, the Speaker received more votes because he had 50 people voted for him. 50. So you coming here to come to tell that the speaker is not with a proper message and he is not to do that. That you have turned out to a microscope to determine who gave him proper message or who gave him wrong message. As far as we are concerned, our speaker, he is on the right path, and history will judge him kindly. Thank you.
Alfred, let's hear you.
Nelson, thank you for giving me the opportunity. I was one of the persons that pleaded with Fanatic Kofa to resign, given the level of corruption in this government to resign. But I have come back to tell Mr. Kofa, thank you for holding his ground, for standing up for truth. I am one of the panelists on this show that almost always repeat one of the famous quotes of Jerry J. Rawlings of Ghana, the former president of Ghana. He once said, and I quote, "If we value truth in our society, that's the only way justice will prevail in our society. If we value truth, we'll be bold enough to speak justice." Unfortunately, our country, over 177 plus years, we are still struggling to look in each other's faces and say, look, this one is wrong, it's not good for our country. Mr. Boakai, I am one of the person that hold the president responsible for the burning of the Capitol building. Because when the thing started, I have said on this show that the presidency in Liberia, we have created an imperial presidency where anything the president wants, the legislature follow. We have never had a robust legislature where you have real men who go up there and know their cardinal responsibility. You know, we have never had that. So the president is responsible for the burning down of the Capitol building.
But Alfred,
hold on.
Without discussing the Capitol building thing,
I'm coming there. I'm just giving you a synopsis of some of my comments that I've made over the time. Today you have a majority speaker standing up and saying that he is a regime speaker. Show me where in the Constitution I say the speaker is supposed to be a regime speaker. Show me. Show me in the Constitution I say the speaker is supposed to be a regime speaker. Just show me. Then I will close my mouth.
Let's go back a little on this whole conversation about regime speaker. Who is a regime speaker? And maybe we need to, zero in on this aspect first. Who is a regime speaker? Is it someone who was elected on a particular party's ticket and then goes in the House of Representatives and gets elected by majority of his colleagues as the first amongst equals? Or, I mean, I really want us to distinguish this whole regime speaker thing. Let's see where we can draw the line between being a regime speaker and that of being someone who is let's say against, or who is not living up to the actual meaning of performing the duty of that particular office. I'm trying to get it right across here. This whole thing about regime speaker. At what point does it become wrong to have a regime speaker?
Nelson, as it is now, right? Evidenced by the protracted event that we have seen in the House of Representatives with regards to the removal of Fanatic Kofa. We have said repeatedly that the processes that leads to a speaker being removed was not followed. So no one can tell me about that politics. That's not politics. Politics is born out of legal remedies. You can say you're just of politics. Politics is guided by law. Okay? So you can tell me that the removal of the forceful removal of Fanatic Kofa is legal. It is not legal. So Renegade Kun, as I always call him, has shown us, in fact, he has vindicated us clearly, crystal clearly, that what happening at the level of the House of Representatives is propagated by the president, because the president accepts it. The president accepts it, so they go ahead and do whatever they want to do. But we are saying to Speaker Kofa to hold his ground. The Liberian people will continue to see these guys that have derailed our country. The guys are lawless. They are reckless in the way they carry themselves, and no one in the minority black to think that, you know, what they are doing is wrong. Yeah, they are not wrong. They should remain standing their ground, and let's see whether the quote-unquote so-called arrest agenda will be implemented in the midst of chaos. How you want to be a leader in the midst of chaos, Nelson? How will you want to be a leader in the midst of chaos and disunity? Then you say you want to be a leader. It doesn't work that way. When you occupy the position of speaker, you have a fiduciary responsibility to unite your group, because from that point the country agenda will be pushed. But you have few people come together, they be giving small thing in our Liberian parlance, they get a small thing to come and do the wrong thing. These people are corrupt, they are lawless, and they are reckless. And President Bouaga has no, in fact, he's embarrassed. He's very embarrassed with this, because all along he's been hiding in hand. We will know the tactics. We have said over and over that the president is involved in this. I want to see whether Gregory Coleman will resign. I want to see that whether he will resign, because what all have been said about the burning down the place, or somebody went and took over the place, and somebody went and burned down the place.
Alfred, come on, Alfred. On a serious note, we need to be on point on the conversation here, Alfred. We can be discussing the regime speaker thing, then you go into Capitol building, then you go into from Capitol building.
Nothing.
You know,
their regime speaker team is talking. Nothing. Okay, let me
catch up with all the conversation in the course of the week. Don't use one topic to go to all the topics that you missed.
Nothing. Okay. No problem. Thank you for bringing me back. But yeah, nothing. That's this serious. Nothing. Nothing.
Miss all the discussion in the course of the week. We miss one appearance in the whole week. Then we will say, what do you make of the issue today? You say the hard day before yesterday, something happened, and the day before yesterday. Come on,
but wait, nothing. Let me close on this. This is bad. This is really bad for our country. Let's be real. This is bad for our country.
Thank you.
It doesn't mean that when you take the position of a speaker, then you don't have a position. The man is saying to us, anything that comes from the executive management, we agree to it. That's why you see people that follow them reach today in Liberia, and that's the same thing they're taking. That's the same thing they're taking. They will never say no to any bad things. That's why you see our people in Great Cayman country suffering today. They're suffering today.
You know,
This
is very important because our brother here, you know, wants to run 2033. You know, so he has started paving the way. You know, he needs to start criticizing the leaders there too. But on a serious note, guys, Toure, I want to welcome you to the show. It's good to have you on. We're about to transition, but since we have Toure here, maybe we can have him to just weigh in on this conversation. Just in case you've been following Toure, you could weigh in just before we do the transition. The video, the engagement Speaker Kun had with some of his constituents over the weekend, and this is what he said.
All in the federal county trying to push the president agenda. The red agenda must be fulfilled. That's what we said, that an opposition speaker will not push our agenda. We need to have our own speaker. So today, I'm a regime speaker. The speaker of the Republic of Nigeria is 100% supporting His Excellency President Imobrenga. No speaker from the opposition will promote us. So we as Europeans sat and saw the difficulty of the agenda and rest of proceeding.
Toure, what's your take on this?
Nelson, this is bad. This is really bad. Look, in as much we supported the because I'm not gonna say Joseph Numa Boakai, President Boakai, or should I say the Unity Party, right? We supported a president that we felt could actually unify the country, and to have a speaker now, at least majority black speaker, and to have him sort of like saying what he just said, like flagrantly, broadly like that, with absolutely no kind of a filter or anything like that. It's bad. We don't need a regime speaker. We need speaker for the people of the republic. We need a speaker that will balance both sides. All right. And to actually come out and say this, like, so pretty much you're telling us the motivation for unseating Funati was to actually have a speaker that we sort of like bend to President Joseph Numa Boakai. Is that the motivation? Brother, look, let me tell you, in as much we supported this regime, we also want to see a Liberia that represent all Liberians. I'm sick and tired of us having this group and that group. We are united. You know what I mean? We are united on one republic. And for a speaker to come out at least, because I still believe that there's still, like litigation going on and all of that stuff going on there, with the Supreme Court and what have you. But for him to just come out like that, man, like and say what he said, bro, we can have our support for an individual.
But Ture, let's face it this way. An individual who is selected to run on a party's ticket, that person gets elected by a particular constituent to represent them, and then elected on that party's ticket, goes to the House of Representatives, and he's elected by his colleagues to become the speaker, again on the party's ticket. How is that different from being a regime speaker?
Well, Nelson, you have to understand.
Where do we draw the line?
Nelson, there are certain things in professionalism, we call it the unspoken rules. All right?
Now I'm getting to it.
Exactly.
This thing is the reality. You will be elected on the CDC ticket. You're a CDC speaker, but you shouldn't talk about it.
No, you could.
The simple way to say that big book that Ture just spoke unspoken rule, the unspoken rule is that anything else are true, but don't talk it so that people can know that what happening. But
exactly,
what happening.
You see, that's the thing that you cannot in any way make it seem so obvious. We all know very well, like even in a country, right? We have the Republican, we have the Democrats. We all know very well they are all motivated by setting cardinal rules of their party, right? But they're not going to go out and flagrantly just put it out there like that, bro. In as much we can have a country, we all going to have our side, right? We all going to have our side. But sometimes, especially politics, that's why I say politics is a dirty game. You have to put some things out there pretentiously, all right? You might not be thinking that, but that's something that you have to pivot to that, Nelson. These are the unspoken rules, right? We know very well you're going to pivot towards that party, but you can't be putting it in the face of people, in the face of people that obviously oppose to that party or something like that. Because at the end of the day, bro, we have the united we have a united republic. That's all we all strive to have, right? We can have our brother Sedition on the other side. We are from the LPP on the other side. We can stay there with Mr. Gonglo, and we all should be with the LPP. We all should be united under that umbrella. But to have a speaker saying that, I'm sorry, brother. I feel some kind of way about it, man, because you just telling me that you just definitely going to bend to anything President Joseph Boakai want to push forward, and that's what the motivation to get rid of a guy who you guys felt was an obstacle to that. That's bad. You don't run a country like that. I'm sorry.
Wow. Wow. Thanks a lot, Toure. We need a transition. We need a transition. But on a serious note, I didn't know that Toure is still with Councillor Gonklo. You know.
I mean, I know you're looking for some kind of video. You better not play anything here because you see Nancy talking.
No, you're right. I'm actually scrolling for a video, but anyway,
I know you're scrolling.
You know, I didn't know that Toure is still with Councillor Gonklo. When Toure had his broom, Toure bought his broom and brought it on the show. The old man, somebody told me the old man would put his radio on every night and he will relax. He will take in deep breath and feel so comfortable that somebody on the show pushing his case. Charles, we're talking about in the heat of the campaign. Just at the time when Councillor Tiawo Gonklo,
the broom is still here, brother.
Just at the time when Councillor Tiawo Gonklo thought that he had somebody here to push his case, then Toure came up. Toure said, from the look of things, you know, having weighed the option, he starts speaking BP, boom, Toure left the old man in the middle of the water. So I'm shocked to hear today that Toure is still with Councillor Gonklo. You know, this man who was rejected, neglected, and ostracized by our very brother Toure. But anyway, we have to make progress, guys. We have to make progress.
My man, they say you are spring tire.
Fortunately for you, I didn't find the video I was looking for. So
I know you're looking for a video. I know you're looking for something.
But on a serious note, we just this week we saw something very dramatic happen. Upon the whole thing that happened, following everything that happened at the legislature, some of the people who were on the side of the minority bloc, and we didn't get to discuss this because of a lot of other issues. Some of the people who were on the side of the minority bloc, as you know, there was the majority and there was the minority. Minority supporting Councillor Kofa, majority supporting Honorable Kun. Now, majority bloc is saying, we got this, we're not backing down. Minority bloc is telling her leader, look, don't resign, the law is the law, we got you. In no time, guys, when the table turned and the executive started working with the majority bloc, then we saw a whole new picture, especially when the majority bloc started to give an ultimatum to the guys. If you don't join us after the SONA, we'll take this action. In fact, 7 members of that team suspended. The next thing we saw was that, boom. Some of the guys, in fact, they called a press conference, presided over by Honorable Musa Hassan Bility, and they said that, look, for the sake of the Liberian people, in the interest of the Liberian people, we're going to join the House of Representatives session. In other words, we're going to join the majority bloc. We'll start doing our work in the interest of the Liberian people. And then they all cross over. After saying the law is the law, they cross over. How did it happen? Why did they do it? But they decided to cross over. They said after consulting their legal team, their family members, their religious leaders, after consulting all the people they're supposed to consult, they decided to join the other team. But then this week we saw a press statement read again by Honorable Musa Hassan Bility. This time around, he's saying that, look, all of them that crossed over, they're coming back to the place they were at. Let me talk it our Liberian way. They don't want to be with Honorable Kun again. They're coming back on the other side. The leaving Speaker Kun and his team, they want to go back on the other side and they will not go there again. They've made a decision again that they will not go back in the session of the majority bloc. I mean, why are we here, guys? This latest decision, what significant difference does it make? Just listening to the guy saying that they're going back They're no longer going to sit in this in the session of the majority bloc. I want us to start a conversation here. What was it a well thought decision in the first place? What sort of message does it send? I mean, this fight, are we seeing it continuing? Is there any hope that it's going to end anytime soon? I want us to start a conversation here. Let's start with you, George, and then we're going to go around the table.
Look, Nelson, you know, our current president is a lawbreaker, you know. And you know, when a lawbreaker rules, you know, it becomes normal, you know what I mean? Doing the wrong thing becomes normalized, right? So I don't blame the rule of law caucus for joining them and leaving again, because they always had that notion, or they had that mindset that President Boakai and his majority group were doing things illegally. But when there was no clear ruling from the from the judiciary, from the Supreme Court, when there was when interpretation came from a justice minister, and then they started being marginalized. You know what I mean? Some of them started being their pay was being held. Some of them, you know, and they have families as well. If you are a law, because you cannot have a business, Nelson. You cannot run a business. You cannot have a company. You cannot, all the things you used to do, you have to leave them. You have to only focus on the lawmaking so that your family can get fed. So you cannot tell me that these guys will leave, they will leave and then go and sit down home and then don't get anything for their family. How will the family be fed? So Nelson, these people, as far as we know that maybe we'll say they flip-flop, but guess what? In politics, that sometimes you bow down to some things that you shouldn't bow down to.
But Josh, this very group had consultations. They've consulted their lawyers, their pastors, their imam, the family. They consulted. Everybody is supposed to consult and got all of the pieces of advice they needed. Is there any reason why Liberians or this particular group should be taken serious?
So Nelson, here's the thing, right? I had a chat with one of them. I'm not going to call the name of the lawmaker that I had a chat with.
Okay.
Lawmaker said, if we refuse to go to session now, they will expel us. And guess what? Expelling us will not bar us from recontesting when the position comes up, right? And when we go back to the Liberian, we'll win. But George, do you know how many millions of dollars, right, the country will have to force to take out of their, you know, their pocket to run the elections? Millions and millions of dollars. I think we all know that it costs, I think, $900 some more million dollars to run the elections. He said there will be a lot of money spent from the government coffers, and we're trying to help the Liberian, you know, society to develop. Why would we do that to allow the country, instead of moving ahead and building infrastructure like maybe another airport, a better one, and better roads and agriculture, and then they'll take all that money again and put it in election? Because when we go back to our people, we will win. Nobody will win against, and we'll come back to the house. It will be a vicious cycle. So we'll not do it. What we'll do, since the Supreme Court has not come up with a ruling, we'll go there until that ruling comes. When the ruling comes,
is the ruling already here, George?
Then that means that's why they left, and they're right to leave. So Nancy, I'm not going to criticize.
No. I'm saying the ruling they were waiting for. If that is something to take, is the ruling already here?
Now saying the ruling is not already here, but it came in another way, where the Supreme Court judge, who is in chamber, who is responsible for the matter, gave a clear-cut explanation or simplification.
I'm coming, George. Does the statement from the Associate Justice, does that represent the position of the full bench of the Supreme Court?
So Nelson, here's the thing, right? Look, the full bench, somebody can dissent, right? Their decision, but unless the others speak out, that one person that spoke out becomes, you know, the gospel of the day. So if the other I don't know, four more Supreme Court judges come on and say, no, we disagree with him and this is our ruling, then of course they will take majority, right? But because he is the only one who spoke out, we understand that it's a position of the Supreme Court, and that's what the guy's going to do. So they're right. There's no wrong done here, and I think they're doing the Liberian But people, a good job. Thank you.
Okay, let me hold you there. So George is telling us that a single person who happens to be one of the 5 members of the Supreme Court bench can go somewhere and make a statement, and that statement represents the position of the full bench of the Supreme Court, and a particular group should now start to act on that position, on that statement made by a single member of the Supreme Court bench as in a position from the Supreme Court. But let's hear your take on this, Charles. What do you make of the recent action?
Yes, I just wanted to ask, is that just Kokwe Gbese?
Yami Gbese. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so Nelson, for me, I just going to be straight to the issues, right? I think the decision is not bad. It just comes with a lot of other things that those lawmakers need to think about.
What are the other things that the decision comes with?
One, if those guys hold their word that yes, they're not going to sit under the gavel of Rachel Cohn, they have the power because they have been backed by the executive. They can lose their wages, their pay, their everything. And Musa Bedede, Representative Musa Bedede, have the power. He have the financial strength to keep himself for even 10 years in Liberia without the legislator pay, right? But those other lawmakers that are with him, the power to keep himself even 2 years or 1 year. And that is a very serious question that down the line, some of them might likely want to change their decision and think. But to be honest, when it comes to the rule of law, the fact that they are holding the rule of law as a gavel for their actions, I think they are right. Yeah, I think they are right. And when you look at the
what do you make of the fact that just a few weeks ago, this same group was on the other side? They had a press conference.
But those guys
and decided to go in the chambers and do the Liberian people's job. Now they say that they're no longer going to do the Liberian people's job in the chambers, in the joint session or whatever. But I mean,
they went back with the intention of the speaker or the quote unquote majority bloc to express that dissatisfaction in the speaker or the way the speaker was removed. And that was the reason why. That was one of the key reasons why they went there. And that's the reason why for every time you see they get on the floor, they raise that issue. And that was one of the issues that was raised by Yaga Koruba. That's the reason why he was dragged out of section. Because Yaga Koruba said he would not recognize the speaker. And it been with every one of them, not just one person. It been with every one of them that they would not recognize the quote unquote majority speaker. And in the midst of that, then the Associate Justice came up with a statement. And here we're talking about why are we holding the Associate Justice statement for this guy's actions? Why the majority bloc were holding the Justice Minister's statement for their action? So we have to look at this thing logically. The Justice Minister is not tasked with the responsibility to be interpreting Supreme Court ruling. It is not his function. He don't have that responsibility, that power. But it was based on what he said that made the majority bloc to move around and start saying things that, oh yes, the Supreme Court said the thing they're doing, the majority bloc is doing, it is right. They should go ahead. Which of course we all on this platform know, and even Liberians that are listening to us know the ruling of the Supreme Court. What the Supreme Court said, ultra-virus. Those guys, even in the majority bloc, know exactly what it means. But they blind their eyes to it and decide to do otherwise. And so at this point, if a justice in chamber come up with a kind of different opinion as it relates to the issue, he might not be speaking officially. But the fact that he's in the midst, he knows exactly what they've been talking about. The bench the Supreme Court judges. He know the conversation have been going on, and within himself as a judge on that panel, he know the decision was wrong. So he was speaking, even if he's speaking as a person, even if he's speaking as a Liberian citizen. Is it not important that Liberians listen to it? It is important because it was important when the Justice Minister said something that majority blacks started wrong with. So I just feel that their decision is in line. The fact that they are fighting for the rule of law is in line with the rule of law. The fact that they have already gotten some information from a sitting judge, their decision is in line. And my only problem is that the fact that these guys will go and who knows, today, tomorrow, they might say, yeah, they're not paying them. Or they might come out again and announce that their seat vacant. You know, it become a problem in our country. And those problems are it's just coming up because this government is not in charge. This government is not in charge. The president is not in charge. This thing should have been settled long time. Imagine now they are taking it now from Liberia, now they are carrying it to ECOWAS. Can you imagine that? They are taking the situation from Liberia and taking it to ECOWAS. Imagine the three guys who representing Liberia in the House of Representatives. They are now trying to see how best these guys can be removed from ECOWAS. Are you serious? Are we running a serious country only because they have the backing of the executive to be doing illegal things all around here? It's completely insane. It's insane for us to come on this platform and be looking at the disrespect to our rule of law, looking at the disrespect to the organic law of our country, and we come here and still be pacifying it and be giving people milk and things around here that yes, they are doing the right thing. Come on, man. Thank you, Nelson.
Alfred.
Yeah.
Thank you, Charlie. That was well spoken.
Charles, thank you. You know, Albert Einstein once said this. He said, the world we live in is a dangerous place. Not because of the people who are evil, but the people who don't do nothing about it. That's what he said. So for me, I would encourage the minority group to hold on. There are many questions are being asked whether it will be sustainable and whether what would the majority do to them. You know, we should stop this fear mongering and this scare tactics in the country. We should stop that. Let us stand up for what is right. Let your yes be your yes and your no be your no. For once, let us stand up for what is right. The reason why the country is where it is today, where we don't have no major infrastructure, nothing at all. From the day God created our country, is still the same. The only people that are benefiting from our country are the foreigners. Is because we don't love ourselves. We don't love ourselves. What is the big deal of this thing for Mr. Bwaka to say, look, you guys are in the wrong? This is the man that came and told us they will not do things as usual. This is the same man, the same president that told us that when you become president, things will not be the same the way it was before. For over 177 plus years, we still going in visual cycle. People come today, they will come with swim up, but by the time they take power, then they go back to the same thing. Look, let me say this. It's difficult. It's really difficult for people who have good heart to thrive in the midst of people who are corrupt to the core. And Liberia is in a bad place. Today in our country, if you stand up for truth, people can vilify you. That's what we see. Because if Liberia was a serious country, by now, the Justice Minister will resign. Because he misinterpreted the Supreme Court ruling. Only because of political expediency. When these guys won an election, why they never did everything to get a speaker that would be on their side? But it was so much, winning drunk. They were sitting there having party and forget about the speakership. Whereas Mr. Kofa was governing and putting calibrating and everything. Today he begins speaking that that's the time they realize, oh, we made a mistake. We're supposed to make sure that we square out on the speakership. They sat down there, they left Kofa to come and become speaker. Then they passing around today, breaking all the laws, and they telling us, say, we don't need an opposition speaker to carry out the arrest agenda. They don't have any evidence. There's no evidence of Speaker Kofa going against any of the things, the good things that Mr. Boakai has said in terms of the arrest agenda. They don't have any evidence. In fact, the first area that Mr. Kofa agreed with the president when it came, when the president requested the $40 million, when the country were at a point where people are not taking pay, Mr. Kofa could have said, no, let's go through the budget process. And what's going to happen to the country? He agrees with the president because it was the right thing to do. They took $40 million for the country budget and they were to pay the people. Now, so for this issue about my brother raised about whether the people will sustain themselves and this and that, if you don't sacrifice for the right thing, today people are running to America because people stood up. They shed their blood, they shed their life to make America what it is today. So if we want our country to be better, not too many people, you just need few people to stand up for what is right. And I will close on this mobile. This is what Martin Luther King said. He said, I have a dream that one day my children will live in a country where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. That was one man, that was not two men. Today, we are here on social media as a result of that dream. We are sitting here on social media to talk politics as a result of that dream. You may not be a Martin Luther King biological child, but that dream is a reflection of who we are today.
Thank you.
That we can sit around the same table with people that don't look like us. We just need few people to do the right thing in our country.
Thank you.
Few people, not too many people. And I urge them to stand up for what is good for the country. Thank you.
Yeah, look, I'm spot on.
15
minutes. Moluba, I still get your letter of resignation. How can you up there?
Alfred, you are spot on. Guys, you see, the difference between us, especially we are in the diaspora, and the people back home, is that we are not in any way looking for a handout or trying to be sort of like hoping for someone to incentivize us on what we say or the opinion that we have. All right. So we are not bought in that sense. And I've said this consistently. For us to change Liberia, we do our part monetarily, right? With the money we send and all that stuff we send and stuff like that, right? But we can even do more. The beauty of it is like we are educated. We can actually like look at things objectively and have our objective opinion void of any political connection or whatsoever. Look, the old man need to do his part, bro. And to Afrek's point, bro, if we look at Funati Kofa, from the start of the administration, Funati Kofa are getting a blowback from CDC. You know what I'm saying? Like, my boy George is here. Funati are getting a blowback from CDC that why he was traveling with the puppet literally everywhere. You know what I mean? CDC had a problem with that. We discussed that stuff here. Funati was even pushing for what? The audit of the house. A lot of people did. So where is that? Where do we stay on that right now? For a generation, the house have not been audited for at least for what I know, right? So this was a guy that was actually pushing for that. Because if we should have transparency, we that actually sitting over these things, we should be transparent within ourselves. This guy getting a lot of kickback from that. So I don't really understand what this cool guy was talking about. All right. And to put it out the way he puts out, bro, that was absolutely below the belt, bro. I mean, like that's bad. And Omer Boakai, the papa, he himself need to take up some leadership too, bro. Because for Liberia to be able to get to a point where we all can see our reflection in our country, it has to be done in a place where we all can be pleased with the direction of the country. But right now, we are not seeing that because of the device. And to have both sides right now, you're talking about the how do you call this stuff, man?
The majority black and minority black.
Minority black and all that crap. It's not helping, right? It's really not helping us. Because all it does, it continue with that whole convoluted system that we have always been trying to avoid in our country, where we can actually attract some direct investment to come in our country. But with everything that's going on right now, we're not going to be able to get to that point. And that has been my fear all along when we talk about Liberia, right? And JMB, now we're talking about a year ago now, we're still going through this stuff with the people over there. If the legislature is not in good standing, right, the country will remain divided on both sides, and we're going to go through this 6 year will come and go, we will not achieve anything. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, two things can be true, right? Two things can be true. One on the other hand, we're all going to have opposition no matter what, right? And that's good for our democracy. People, the day we all agree on one thing, that the day this war will end, opposition is good, right? It's good for democracy. It will keep people in check, and it will also serve as an incentive for good governance. Because when somebody criticizes you all the time, that's telling you to be better. So it is good, right? Our brothers and sisters, they can do that. That's what they do. Haters will always hate, right? And people that love you, they'll always love you no matter what. So you should always embrace these things. So at the end of the day, the old man need to come up and say, look, ladies and gentlemen, Liberia is a small country. We don't need all of this. All these guys that know each other anyway. They all go to the same beer shop and all this stuff. They all going to sit down there and fight all day and all day and go sit down and be chilling by themselves. We all know that. We know that. All they're doing is just a show, right? They evening time, see by 6 p.m., they all be at Calabar, D Calabar and stuff like that, doing their thing, doing all of those stuff. We all know that. You know what I mean? When you see them at night, you'll say these guys are good buddies. But you see them at day, they're like absolutely opposite. That's a country. Everything that happens is just political theatrics. That's what is happening there. But someone have to actually see that. And that's what we thought JMB could be that guy. Call everybody in the room, say, look, we have a problem here. All right? Minority black, majority black. Let's look at Liberia as a whole. That's the major black. What are we doing? Right? There's so many things happening right now. You got President Trump blocking all these aids that Liberia heavily depend on. What are we doing? What are we doing to try to really, really sit down and try to see how we can mobilize some domestic revenue generation? Are we thinking about these things? Liberia is another country that rely heavily on budget support. You know what I'm saying? So are we doing that? Are we crafting? Are we going down as we fight each other right now? Are we thinking about the next quarter? Where that money coming from? Because it's definitely not coming from America. I can tell you that much. I'm here right now. So are we looking at that? No. But we're talking about majority black, minority black. For a year now, we're talking about that. So ladies and gentlemen, man, at some point, we need to get tired of this. The old man need to put a big boy's pants on if he doesn't already have it on, and call these guys, look, there is no shame-facing negotiation. Right? Somebody started this thing. Yeah, we thought we would come and get rid of it, but the other picking their high. My picking can't let talk about that thing yet. That thing is getting too much now. So let's find a resolution for the bigger picture. And I think somebody need to do that at this point. I mean,
what that needs to do that to tell Kun to stand down. That what needs to happen.
At the end of the day, whatever the needle bend, let it bend there. But somebody need to really, really come and say, look, you know what? You can't, yeah. La brother, small country.
Should I freestyle today?
You can't let 30 here. Let 30 in your horse. Okay? Let 30.
Chinaka.
There are stakeholders in our country, right? There are a lot of stakeholders in our country.
Stop me.
Call people in the house, bring the other man here. Look, my man. Funadi Kova, I met this guy. I really thought Funadi have had his own issues around, but this is a guy who was really trying to reform situation. for what I saw from his inception, he was doing everything to be of support to this administration. If there was anything on his sleeve down the road, we don't know, because politics is like a rainbow coalition. It flip anytime. We understand that. But what we can actually speak to is what we saw from the inception. He was very, very supportive. We are getting a lot of backlash. Even our man Vasco, they're all rumbling around here about how Fonati were very close to the administration. Fonati, matter of fact, someone was saying that Fonati might as well just be carrying Joseph Boakai hand bare alone now, because he had become so close to the administration that, you know what I'm saying? This guy got that blowback from his own party. So what are we talking about? And for Kun to come out and say, oh, you know, we needed an opposition, I mean, or ruling party speaker. No, we don't need a ruling party speaker. We need a speaker for the republic. One nation indivisible.
But guys,
Thank you. Mazi.
You know, guys, I think Mobile is not muted. Mobile is signaling to you guys, you know, and but again, the other aspect is I think we've left that speaker regime.
Where are you, Nelson? Where are you? Can't see you.
And we are currently on the whole thing about Honorable Musa Ability, a new group, and their decision to move away from the chambers of.
They want George Afani how to defend. Okay.
So let's Mobile, you can take on from here. I'm in the background trying to make some adjustments.
Mazina Toy.
Thank you, our co-host, our best co-host.
What is that supposed to mean? You want to stop for here?
I mean, I'm not talking.
I got my take off my gloves. What do you mean? Yes.
Yeah, but let us be frank and fair here. The first thing first, I want to make a correction of Charles. I want to correct Charles. It is the responsibility of the justice minister, any legal fight, for that justice minister to be able to interpret what the government does not understand. It is the responsibility of the justice minister for him to be able, or for him or her to be able to explain it the way she or he understands it. So
to interpret the Supreme Court ruling?
Yes, it is the justice minister full responsibility. Check. Okay, let's leave from there. Is it the statement from the justice during our senator burial? Is that a statement that the minority black is hoping on? The judge was able to make it clear. The judge said that it was because of the political fight. That was the reason why they did not attend the SUNA. But he did not say that the minority black wrong. He did not say that the majority black wrong. And I challenge any of you guys on this platform for you guys to be able to show the audience where the justice said that the minority black right. Musa Belete, I strongly believe that he is a rookie when it comes to the Liberian politics. He is a rookie. So let us be clear here. Let him go ask those who are suspended. Let him go ask them. They tell them that they should not be formed around anywhere where they represented been seated. And they are abiding by that. The Friends of Foucault, the Melvin Cole, all of them is abiding by that. Now let us understand something. It is the majority of the representative who voted. It was not majority. It was not minority who voted Honorable Kun. It was majority who voted Honorable Kun for him to be called speaker. Now, if Musa then saying today that they will not be able to go to sit under the gavel of the current speaker, well, everyone is entitled to their opinion. But know that if your pay, if your salary is being seized because of you not attending session, don't have nobody to be blamed. I hope they will be able to abide by that rule. Secondly, if the host come out with a ruling saying that it has been 3 months or 4 months that this guy has not been going to work, so they will call for by-election, I dare you to for this same Ghana to be able to win and be able to come back. I dare you. It will not happen because most of our brothers, they were able to choke people into their districts. And let me just make this clear to our brother who
30 seconds.
Amen. Amen.
Amen. Now we're going to talk about, all the men, they get a lot of times, but we're working your time, man, Because we got much.
Are the best co-hosts, are the best co-hosts.
I am
informed.
I am informed that the speaker is doing a fantastic work. The speaker, he has been elected for him to be able to serve vast majorities of the Liberian people, and that's what our speaker is currently doing. What more can Honorable Rachel Kuhn, our dynamics, what more can he do? So on this note, I would like to pause there because of time, so that, but I don't want for our brother then who Sycamore Tree brother then, for them to be coming here and be saying, oh Musa Brete was right, Musa Brete was wrong, you were right. Then you remember that anything when I said that under the gavel, then you remember that suspension coming.
I can see that you have drank from the fountain of Kev Hassan. No doubt.
My man, after about start disrupting the show, you done?
Yeah. The guy is done, Moba. The guy is done.
Yeah.
You say you need time
today. What?
You say you need time.
So, hey y'all. So I was having a little headache, right? And I heard some of y'all talking, and I know when I called Nelson, will not give me time, so I had to come on and make my point. So we sit here and we said we want the right thing to be done in our country, right? We come here all the time, rule of law, this and that. We want Liberia to change, but same group of people here want business as usual. They want to nitpick what they want to see change, and not everything. My brother Alfred said that in Liberia, we are making it a thing for the president to have this complete control over everybody and call them to order. Even the lawmakers that are supposed to impeach him, that's supposed to be oversight over him. We make him the king to do that. And this is good to him, right? And when President Walker said he's staying out of this, oh, what a bad thing to do. We used to the thing that the president has been the king. Why can't you continue on that? Why can't you keep doing that? If he doesn't do it, then, oh, he's not in charge. He's not a leader. Come on. If he said no business as usual, why can't you believe that he's trying to take away that part of it too? No one is saying that whatever.
Mama, what you allow me to be from?
You were talking. You have 15 minutes. You talk till you stop. Nobody interrupt you. So let me say my own. So you come in and telling us that the president is supposed to be the one to call everybody, even though these guys were voted into offices. He did not appoint them. These people have more power over, and we are going by what we practice here in the U.S. That's supposed to be the case. But you're telling us what they do in Congress. Trump is responsible. Joe Biden is responsible. Come on, because we have gotten used to this thing in Liberia that the president always the king. So he should continue to be the king and call grown men and who are voted into offices and tell them, just stop doing this. How do we even know that he never did that? Just sit here and just assumed that y'all know everything that is going on. Y'all know everything that the president is doing. Y'all know everything that he's not doing. Because we want to be in our feelings and we come here, oh yeah, let's be real. Yeah, let's be something. Why don't y'all take your own advice? Say what you want to say. It's wrong. But you can't come here and blame the president and say, oh, he the one doing it because he's the president. We are made President King and this, that, and that. I think that's wrong. And my brother just saying, Musa Beledi, they're calling us a rule of law. When most of these guys have been accused of the burning of the Capitol. But we are hearing them. After them, charge them. Let them continue doing this. Let them continue doing that. Going, let's not forget about the burning part, but the one that we saw them going in there, breaking chairs and doing all of those things. None of them sat here and called it out. But they're hailing them, talking about they're calling them rule of law because why? They didn't get what they want. So that makes them the rule of law people. They are all in there for themselves. Okay? Say we want to blame the president for everything. Let all of them, let it close it, let them make the Capitol building. The rehabilitation center for the Zogo then. Let the money that they already stole, let it go in that farm and go something. Let the president run the country. Saying he's the king. Saying we have gotten used to president being the one to have control over everything that he wants. Let him do that. Then we can come in and suddenly hear everything that happened in that building. We'll blame him from now on. Okay? And every country, the country that we adopted all of these way of government form, the United States. Whenever the president comes into office, they fight for their speakership, for their party. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Okay? So the regime, we can call the party that won the regime system and so. So when he's saying he's a regime president, the only thing I believe I agree with is Touré. Coming out here and making it look like you boasting with it, that's the wrong. But there's nothing wrong with what he said. That's exactly what it is. If he's from the Unity Party, he is the regime something. But going there to practice, to say bending over for the president, every wrong thing passing it, that's where it become a bad thing. But he being from the party and calling himself the party something, there's nothing wrong with that. So why are we coming here all the time misleading our people that don't know any better? We said we wanted to know better, wanted to know how to vote and not vote for a bag of rice and not vote for money. But then when we come here, we want to be pushing these messages for them to hear. We come here and misleading them and lying to them. Say the president have the right to whip everybody in the house to do the right thing. The president have the right to command everybody. The president is something wrong with the speaker being from the president party and all of that. Why are we doing that? I think it's wrong. And we come here acting that we on the right side, we want to speak truth to power. Yeah, you want to speak truth to power, but you're nitpicking. Some of it you have it right, some of it you pacifying whoever that you supporting, and we all need to stop that. And that's my point to that, Moba.
Thank you.
I will come back.
Thank you. Thank you.
Moba, can you give me 30 seconds, please?
Y'all won't gonna fight. Y'all bring it on. Give me 30 seconds too.
Thanks to Nelson for bringing Amy on to blast out
let me tell
everybody.
you, Alfred, you're the only person that spoke here for more than 15 minutes. Let me tell you, bro. But let me go. Yeah, mama.
He spoke to. He got tired and said, "I was stopping."
Let me give my 1 or 2 cents. Look, I understand everybody ain't obedient on the president, like my brother said. I mean, like Ami said, right? But everybody can remember when Melvin Cole went on Spoon. He alluded to, he said that the president hand was not in the whole impeachment on him, because if the president hand was in the impeachment on him, it was going to be faster than any other impeachment. He said it on Spoon and it was live, it went viral, and I think people didn't have George and everybody listening to it. So for people every day come here accusing the presidency, the president went and he knows something about what's going on, about the money, about impeaching the speaker. I think it is wrong. But to I'm looking at Musa, the representative Musa Beledi, right? I get high respect for him because he's a representative, and But I think when he's talking about the rule of law, he has said he's not in parliament. Not Martin, but Abdullah Mohammed asked him, he said, but the rule of law you're talking about, you are saying, give me a bar by the rule of law. Because look at your for example, right? Your son are in prison. You use the court system to free your son, and people say your son not indicted, which is that it was lie according to the court report. It was only needed for them to sentence him. How many years is or be in prison. You use the court system, and you free yourself in terms of rule of law. All of them spoiling our country. Then because somebody they will come here and back that type of issue because they feel that they're pushing our agenda, and that is wrong. If we all say what is happening is wrong, we all came here. One of me, I said it here. Everybody, I on record for that. I said it. I said the process of removing the speaker, it was wrong. I said it. Yeah. I said the process did not went through the proper channel. So end of the day, what happens? It backfire. But people now who not even get integrity when it comes to rule of law, that didn't want to have a rule of law. It pains me. Looking at what country, what people say, that will do it, that will do that one, but you're not see people condemning it. They will get document, but they're not condemning it because in certain favor, they will not talk about it. That's the country we want to rule. Then every day we beat on the president. The president declare, the president suspend people with access. They still lie over BBC carrying it. Africa, the entire war now, all on social media, on the internet, and people hailing Liberia. That's because identical thing the president did. What happens? People get to know Liberia. I was reading some comment from Cameroon. People say we dare our president to do it. So when the good thing happening, let us say it. But some people were still saying from the opposition side that the president all did it right way. First of all, that goes name, that didn't name. And it is, and you know, it just wrong to see the reality. And we come here every day, we beat on the government. We will beat on the government when they do the wrong thing. But let it be the wrong thing. So Musa Biden and that thing they're doing, they're going to so now look, the same House of Representatives will suspend it again. And when they suspend it, the men will not pay them. They will be crying again. And the minute, look, you can go or you come down, it will happen. Granny was there today, he on spoon to saying different thing. Every day they come, they say different thing. The one the day before it worse than ever before in the history of that, bro. Taking justice Chief Justice right? And then taking people to your camp or beating them today on spoon talk, acting as one of the best part of the ever. Then he speaking integrity. Then people sit down and clap for him because the only man is because he ain't government again. So he get a right to come say to the power. He was there for 12 years. What he did? He kept on you about the beat students. Then he talking about rule of law. Then I tell a country won't run today when he say who all want for great to be represented. Josh will be the first person to put his hand up. But he forgetting to know the same man when he on your camp and beating and then when he come here, when I see this, all of them don't, I mean, when I Bwaka, all of them don't be on Bwaka. Something happening in our government, that papa know nothing about it. Yes, he know nothing about it. We know, Josh. We can talk behind the scene, you know, I know that. He know about it. But that's how government run. You don't get all over. Sometimes something will be happening, you don't know. The one that will come to you that the action you will take. Even when it's slow, you do your own investigation. So some of these things, we beat the president about it. But for her to say the president implement the removal of the speaker, we shouldn't come in and say it. Myself was thinking like that. But when I did my research and other stuff, and when Medical went on Spoon Talk, he alluded to it. He said the president had nothing to do with it. That's the time I said, yeah, if the opposition representative can come out and say this, who am I to say the president know about it? Then we'll come here every day, the president incompetent, the president know about it. We don't care of feeding to the president. Let us discuss the issue. Thank you. Yeah, Josh, I gave you 2 minutes. I mean, or 1 minute.
2 minutes?
Yeah, thank you.
One minute. 1 minute.
1 minute. Look,
It's 10:40. No, 10:41. You don't. Go ahead.
You guys that support this government, you're not doing this government any good. You come here and accuse the representative of freeing his son from prison that was supposed to go to jail. Do you know that the justice minister is the chief prosecutor of the country? He's supposed to make sure that anyone who commits crime is sent to prison. Do you know that? And there's the same justice minister who has interpreted Supreme Court ruling. You know, when we sit here, we just don't sit here to listen to anything. And my sister Amy, the thing is, I will not go there with you. But the thing I'm going to say is that when you guys are trying to propagate the message of this government, please be careful.
I'm not
Don't indict
propagating
them
any message.
unknowingly. Don't indict them unknowingly, because that's just what my brother just did just now. And for the fact that if you say this person our CDC article is
Thank you, Joy.
guess
One
what?
minute. Oh, I would take different person, my man. Please. Look at your time. But look at your time. Look at your time, my man.
How fast is the one? You even know 1 minute again, my
You're
man.
talking
That's 60
10:40.
seconds.
They toss me. Remember, I don't care about it 1 minute across the board. I don't go to the desktop before, because of time.
My man, let me come in. Look.
Okay, that Alfred go.
Look,
Alfred will come to you. From you will go to.
Let me tell you guys this.
I hope you look at the time.
No, Alfred, you talking 10:41, 42.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Let me respond to some of the things my sister said here. I want to correct her. Nobody said on this show that a political party cannot win a speakership. That's not what we have said here. We have continually said on the show that the processes for which a speaker can be elected was flagrantly violated by the quote-unquote renegade majority black. That's what we have said. So we are not saying our political party cannot win a speakership for to run the country. That's not what we have said. The processes for which renegade Reject Kun was elected was wrong. They violated the constitution. They violated their own past rules. That's what we have said. On the other issue that you raised, when I said the president is responsible, Article 50 is very clear. On the fiduciary responsibility of the president, he occupies 3 positions. He's a president, he's a head of government, and he's a commander-in-chief of the armed forces.
Thank you.
So that's one position you occupy 3 different cardinal responsibilities.
Thank you. Alfred,
so as the head of government, the president is under fiduciary responsibility to make sure there is calm in the various branches of government if there is issue.
Thank you. Alfred, time.
Yeah, mobile.
No, that Twitter. After Twitter, we'll go to April.
Look, at the end of the day, Amy Kim, I don't know.
43, 44, you don't.
Amy Kim with vengeance. Okay, so look, Amy, let me tell you this. There's nothing. I did not come on here to criticize JMB or to even insinuate that JMB had any hand in whatever is happening. I did not say that.
Right? There's nothing wrong with criticizing JMB.
No. But look, you made it seem as though that we're criticizing JMB or JMB have a vested interest on what is happening over there. I personally can almost guarantee you that JMB have no interest in that, right? People that are doing it, they may have close proximity to JMB, but it is not JMB call. I can definitely tell you right now. There are people at the head. They have vested interest in the removal of Funati. It might not be JMB pulling a shot, but there are people there that JMB can actually influence to tell them, look, this is okay. It's bringing a lot of mess to this administration, and this is not something that we can tolerate. JMB can do that. He has the power to do that. All right? So he has the power to do that. So that's where my criticism is coming from. How long are we going to carry this on? And for that of the United States, Amy, right here, people vote for speaker, which of what that's true, but it also depends on how you came out from the elections. If you do well, if you bring in a lot of Republicans in the House, then obviously it's a full-blown conclusion that the speaker is going to come from the Republican Party and vice versa, the Democrat. So that one is based on number, and that's the same as Liberia too.
Hey, Brian, quiet.
Yeah, so the whole topic here, I am done with that because I clearly was able to express my view about our president, about Honorable Reject Kun. I was thinking that someone will be able to come here to bring the law that says the representative should not be able to go to elections. I thought that someone would be able to come here to be able to say why it was wrong for Retekun, for the House of Representatives, for them to be able to have an election and for them to be able to vote for Retekun. I was thinking that someone, but look, Honorable Musa Hassan Berete, as I said before, he's a rookie. Musa Berete does not understand anything about the House of Representatives. The mayor is a rookie. So how can the people that are in the house, like Yeke Kolba, will go allow for a rookie to be your leader? For a rookie to be your leader.
Yeah, conclude your statement.
That's what I'm saying. So for a Musa Berete to be a minority black leader, that's a shame on some of the representatives who have been there for 2 years.
Thank you.
For 2 terms. Sorry.
Thank you. Charles.
Yes, Moba, thank you for this 1 minute. You know, my brother AB, when we come to this school, let's come with facts. Yeah, let's come with facts. The Supreme Court of Liberia, the Republic of Liberia, is the head for the judiciary branch of government in our country. And the official spokesperson for that branch is the Chief Justice. You cannot mislead the Liberian people on this platform and we sit here and allow you to just slide with it. The Chief Justice of the Republic of Liberia is not the Justice Minister. The Justice Minister is different from the Chief Justice. So the Chief Justice is the official spokesperson of the judiciary branch of government, of our government, of Liberia government. So you cannot come and tell us, say, it's the Justice Minister. The Justice Minister don't have the power. He's not authorized legally to interpret the Supreme Court ruling, where you have the Chief Justice is there, who is the head, the official spokesperson of the judiciary branch. Don't do that to the Liberian people, please. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm here 1 minute.
So I'm a little confused, but I'm not a legal mind, so I'm just gonna let that slide. But no, my brother T-Rat, was he talking to you, right? There's nothing wrong with what you said. I was talking to my brother Alfred and what Charles, and of course you know George. I expect these George, right? But these two guys, they always get me off of my game. But anyways, what I was saying is that I'm not saying something wrong with criticizing JMB. I come here and do it too, right? When the whole saga started, I was against it. I say it here all the time. This Speaker Fonati Kofa is just a victim of a sneaky game that his party were trying to play, and it went wrong. The same thing happened with the Republican and the Democrats here. You trying to remove your own man. You got the numbers. What do you think I wanted to? If you think you initiate that process, I'm gonna sit there and let it something and keep. Everybody else can speak to a representative. And well, I got a representative of my own too that I spoke with. Okay, they were trying to scare him because he was too cool with JMB. He was not doing the CDC's job bidding because they felt that he was CDC speaker. And the whole thing just went sideways. You don't believe to read that JMB had the power to go into CDC and go disrupt everybody from there to come get Fonati Kofa out of whatever you don't believe that. And he's just a victim, man. He doesn't know it. That's all that is. And whatever that was done, like I said, with all that team, oh, he's there, he's there. I said they knew all of that and they voted for him. We all were against this yet. But when these guys started going that they were rebels, that if I don't have it, nobody should have it, the whole country should burn down, we'll destroy the capital, we'll do that. This is where I draw my line. No. This is not about you. And my brother talking about, oh, they're doing it. They said they wanted to save the Liberian poor money. But what happened now? Musa Belede don't know that the Liberian poor, you're not doing the Liberian poor job. You don't know that you costing the Liberian poor money if you're trying to hold the country hostage. When the jet came there because they wanted to save the poor money, they don't want to go to what is in the election. And my brother came telling us he had to believe. Come on, these people are all for themselves. That's what it is. We should get rid of that legislator or whatever they call them and just freeze the damn constitution for now and let's do something with the country. Let it go forward before they can bring it back and do and rebrand it and do whatever with it. Because these people are just costing the country money. They're not doing anything but putting the country into trouble every time. And then we want to come here, oh, they for the law. They should stand for the law. They should, come on now. That people here. They're all not for the country. They're all not for no law. They're there for themselves. That's who they're there for.
Thank you, guys.
I mean, one for another amend the constitution. On the
she has conclusively concluded.
Oh yeah. So I know.
Yeah, that 1 minute. I'll not even 1 minute. I don't want to make clarity on something.
Yeah.
Let me say this, right? I'm talking about it. I don't want to make clarity on Musa Bede's song because I hear my brother Josh made reference to that. I said the court, they may use the court system, and I mean a system, but manipulate the court to take a song. How? Ask me, say how. You know how many people in there, right? They say judge is unbailable, right? But you are bailed out. So what's the law for? So the law only made for for rich people, and poor people, you're not part of it. That's my point. If you say the law is the law, let the law be.
On a black government.
But okay, that's what I'm telling you. So the man who you backing for now,
no rule of law. People can go free when they get money.
So
on a black law.
Nancy, go ahead.
But what you saying?
No, but I try to make you understand that what you said was not what happened. Everybody know that.
What did I say?
You said the manager went there, he used the code system to go and bring the.
No, I didn't say he used code system. I didn't say that. Remember, you gotta listen to me intently. You can't just say what I didn't say. What I said was what you said. If what you said was something to go back, guys, that means the justice minister is not doing his job. That's what I said, my man.
I really wanted to have us to take some calls, but due to the technical issues I have now, we can't take calls, so we will do our closing. We'll go around the table and do our closing.
You for 15 minutes of talking.
So yeah,
I'm talking for the people. I'm speaking for the people. Let the people call. Yeah, for me,
we don't really have the luxury of time. Time is not much on our side. Okay, so let's see if we can take 4 calls. Let's take just 4 calls from the WhatsApp line.
On the radio.
Let me take this person. You are live. Let's hear you.
Yeah. Good morning, Nelson.
Morning. Let's hear you quickly.
Yeah. This is Henry Wild, calling from Congo Town.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Honestly, I listened to some of the guys in the studio there, but my take here is that some of our young people in there gotta be very careful on some of the statements they are making in there, like implicating the executive by saying that the president manipulated the burning of the Capitol building and so forth. Some guys in there, I mean, those statements you can be arrested to make to come to the security sector to make clarity, or make statement reference to it. Because the burning of the Capitol building is an attack on the on the Capitol and even classified as insurrection. You understand? So now also on the issue of the speaker removal and so forth, they are saying whosoever, including former Speaker Kofa removal. He said the president is the Unity Party-led government. I mean, it's the president's government. So they say Joseph Boakar's government, whether Fanatic Kofa, whether Richard Kong, whoever gets in that speaker, or even teachers or whosoever, you are the regime speaker. Even the former or how they call it, Speaker Kofa, he was a regime speaker, Unity Party-led government, or Joseph Boakar, led government. You understand? Even in the US, other Democrats, as you were saying, by saying it, by pronouncing it, or Richard Combs by saying, "Oh no, I'm the regime speaker." You say you don't say it. By extension, you are the regime speaker. That's the reason why even from Speaker Kofa was moving around with the president, from 12. So by saying that, it doesn't necessarily mean that Joseph Boacar doesn't have the authority to even vote in the parliament. He can do whatever he wants, but so long he lost majority in the parliament. Anyway, I mean, he lost so long he lost majority in parliament, he lost the gavel, he lost the authority. He lost the authority to preside. So he cannot, your inability, that maintaining power cannot be, you cannot shift
Thank
blame
you.
to the executive for that.
Thank you.
So I just try to urge some of my young people in there.
Thank you very much for your input. You can call via the WhatsApp line up there and have your say. Let's see if we can take this person. Hello. Hello, are you here? Can you hear me? Okay, we lost that person. Let's see if we can take another one here. Hello. Okay, so we lost this person as well. But I think we can do our closing, guys. We're seriously out of time. Yeah.
Yeah, who's starting first?
I'll go first.
Josh, don't I go there? I'll go by the queue. Josh. And Josh, I'll go there.
Look, thanks, guys. I think it was a wonderful show. The good thing is that we agree to agree. One of the common denominator we got on here is that we want a better Liberia. Regardless of who's in power, we always want to have a home to go to and a place to call home, because one of the things that I've always known is that the only place you can never be deported from is Liberia. And I think a lot of people have said that before. So we cannot destroy Liberia because we support a party. We cannot look forward to a Liberia that will be divisive because, our own governance system that we want to see deployed in Liberia is not deployed. But what we need to do is to say the truth when there is a truth to be said. You cannot bypass the truth and want to say something obviously because you want to support someone. What we see is that the President Joe Boakai, needs to stand up. The real Joe Boakai with the 42 years, because we have not seen the 42 years yet. The 42 years experience in governance needs to stand up because he hasn't stood up yet. This government is characterized by corruption, by fighting, by killing, and by almost everything that he spoke against. He went to Lajo in Kawe. He said, President, we are riding a private jet to go out of the country. It's a waste of the Liberian money, and we are going to come. You're going to do something about it. He's in power. He said the 42 condominium that George Weah built, that government money he stole, he's stealing government money. He's still silent on anything. They said, oh, somebody even went to a girl went to Washington, D.C. with a baby on her back. Saying that Jefferson Koji killed the baby's mother in 1990. I don't know, too. What Jefferson Koji too was on a man's back at that time. And she said Jefferson Koji killed this girl's mother. All these things that people said, now they're in power. Yeah, now they're in power. Nothing they can say now.
No,
let me finish. The good thing is that I always know that when you're eating, you can't talk. You know what I mean? So they're eating our country money now, so they're silent. But it is what it is. We'll just hope that they will leave some there for the Liberian people, that in 2029, they will account for their deeds. And we're watching them closely. Thank you. God bless you. God bless Liberia.
Great. Yeah, so basically we agree to disagree. And that's very
basically
that is a very good thing. Okay, it's good. It's good for our own stability. It's good for our democracy. Obviously, where we can come in and discuss and have our positions, irrespective of our political affiliation or persuasion. But what is also true is the fact that we have a country to protect. We have a country to nurture. And have a country that we all should be looking forward to return to. What is happening in the diaspora, bro? I mean, this is a wake-up call to what we all should be calling for Liberia should look like. Because certain time gonna come in this place, bro. It's almost happening now. If not, you know what I mean? Depending on your status. But look, Liberia is all we have. Like George rightfully placed it. We cannot be deported from Liberia. Right, some of our brothers that were unfortunate that came here and got themselves in situation. Some of them they're at home and they are doing very well. We too can go back and do the same, but we should do it on an atmosphere that represent all of us, irrespective of our political affiliations. Campaign time; those are special time where we can change ideas and try to push whatever agenda that we are pushing. After campaign, this is the time to govern, bro, irrespective of your political party. They'll govern for these 6 years. campaign 2029, we'll go back into the trenches and try to see which one of the parties that we feel like can come back and do well. But if we can actually distract and try to collude and bring confusion in this time, then what are we preparing for 2029? Right? We're just going to be going through the same cycle of self-defeat with absolute no end game. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, in my private keyword, let's do our best to hold truth to power and to hold our elected officials to power as well. You know what I'm saying? That we can all come here and try to pivot whatever agenda that we're trying to pivot on. By the end of the day, we have a republic that we need to preserve. We have a republic that we need to nurture. And we have a republic that should actually stand for each and every one of us, irrespective of our political affiliation, religion, cultural background, whatsoever. One nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Maybe.
Yeah. Thank you, Morba Zokia. Let me make a few corrections on my brother George. My brother George said that the president came with 42 years of experience. That is lie. That is the biggest lie from the belly of the devil. The president came to the presidency with 25 years of experience. To my brother Charles, you said that I told the Liberian populations that the justice minister is the spokesperson for the judiciary branch. No, I did not say that. What I said was the justice minister, he is clothed with the authority. Any legal matter that the government don't understand, he had that right for him to be able to make the government to understand what that legal matter is. And secondly, the justice minister is the dean. The justice minister is the dean of the judiciary branch. So, being dean of the judiciary branch, although he is the only minister in government who can disagree with the president, is the justice ministers. So, get that clear. The justice minister is the dean of the judiciary branch, and he has also been appointed by the executive. And he clothed with the authority for him to be able to inform the executive on judiciary matters. He is clothed with that authority. That does not mean that the president needs to call the Supreme Court branch for the Supreme Court branch to come interpret what they said. No. In my closing,
30 seconds.
What I'm here to be able to say here tonight is just very simple. Musa Bete is a rookie. A rookie should not be heading the minority bloc, wherein they're having two-time senators and two-time representatives. Yeke Kolba is this is the second term. So for you guys to be able to sit down there, because he is confusing them. He is definitely confusing them. One point in time, he will say, you'll not go there. One point in time, he said, we'll not sit down on him.
Thank you.
What is that? Thank you.
Thank you, Evie. Charles.
But where is everybody that closing? They know they're supposed to stay on till everybody else finish. You can't close to run away.
It was a brilliant exchange. I want to say thank you to our people and thank you to all of the panelists on this show. In 1724, between 1724 to 1804, there was a German philosopher by the name of Immanuel Kant, and his Immanuel starts with I. He said something very interesting about justice. He said, justice is the foundation of the universe. Without justice, the universe will be destroyed. Today, we are watching that statement in our democracy vividly. We are watching it, we are seeing it masquerading on the street because of that word justice. And we have people here see the reality and don't want to speak about it. We are not saying those guys who claim to be the rule of law caucus, they are in the interest of Liberia. We are saying our organic law should be respected. Our organic law should be respected. When are we going to respect the country's organic mechanism that was put into place? When? Are we going to be doing this thing all the time, all the time? Who's going to put a stop to it? It's upon this generation to put a stop to it. We know that these guys in the house, all of them, they don't care about the Liberian people. They care about their pockets. They care about their family. And we can see that vividly. We're all talking about Funanti Kofa. Funanti Kofa passed a budget that he took approximately $2 million in his budget. Today, a budget was passed with a quote-unquote majority bloc speaker, an unconstitutional revolutionary speaker that took over $4 million from the Liberian people. And we come here, who is in the interest of the Liberian people? Who actually is in the interest of the Liberian people? And we come here when we're saying these things, and then people want to come here and just sing praise song to this government. When the government go the right way, we will come on this platform and we say it. When the government go the wrong way, we have to come on this platform and say it. We are watching a lot of partisan politics on this platform. And this is very, very much bad for our democracy. It's bad for the Liberian people that are suffering, that don't have health sector, that don't have drugs in the clinics, that don't have chairs in the schools, that don't have good roads. It is bad for all to come here and be saying things that is not in the interest of the Liberian people. Thank you, and may God bless Liberia.
Well, I mean,
thank you. So, justice. The way we come on these platforms and cry for justice for people that are suffering, our innocent people. If we were doing that for the innocent people who really truly need this justice, it would really be good, right? It would really, put our big boys and girls pants on and come in and be mad. Like, our people are not getting justice. They should get it. The way we put to send people to protest. That was gonna be good. And when people are saying that, they don't come out and say, "Oh, the salary for people should be reduced," and we should come in, and when we come out here and be mad and saying all of these things, it will be something then people who are just sitting there making bad deals, corrupt people who are taking money from these foreigners and enslaving our people in their own countries, and then we come in with their justice. Who needs the justice? These people or the innocent ones who are being, like we all said, enslaved in their own country? 3 years old, going to bed, hungry. Kids, parents have to decide which one of these 4 kids are sent to school when school fees are what? $4.50. When we don't even have a job that pay us $50. But we're sitting here. People that are just there fighting, breaking chairs, destroying their own thing. And right after they do that, there will be money allocated to fix it. But that's cool. Trust me, no money. The country ain't get money. That's why that is song they will be singing. They will not sending money to fix those schools for the low children. But we come here and say these people are up for justice. These people are up for the rule of law. And then when you calling it out, then you partisan, you just that. Me, thank God, nobody know me to be no party, whatever. I come on here. Whoever means what I feel means what for my country, I support you. When you leave, when you do what I join on the next person train that I will be doing it to find the right person. For JMB is the head of state. We all know that. He's the commander-in-chief. We all know that. But I don't see anywhere where it says that he is the head of the judiciary. Of the legislature. I don't see it. That we want him to go and put them down and whoop them for them to do the right thing when they're not doing it. then we hold him accountable for it. I don't see that. That's what I said. I'm not saying anybody doing the right thing over the ball to be sort of blaming it on the president is wrong. That's what I'm saying. Because we had it done so many times, you say you want to change. But this is how it always been. So that's why we blaming him. It should be like that. Then you don't want change. You want the same thing to be happening. That's not change that you something for. Yeah. So yeah, something else that I wanted to say more about. There's this story that I heard about this someone going in the Chinese man fence or Liberian citizen to steal a solar panel, and he got whooped and burned with oil. I don't know if Nelson's still there. I wanted to ask him.
I think money will be the discussion. Probably.
Okay. So yeah, because those are things, and those are people, so-called lawmakers, and making these people there, embolden them to come into another man's country and be treating him like slave, and like he owns the country, because your lawmakers, your people there are in my pockets, and these are the people that care for the people, because they're committee package change. They will not be coming to them, so they're getting mad and burning down and breaking things in. Then we call them the rule of law caucus. The rule of law this, the rule of that. Man, I'm tired. My head is hurting. And
let me do my 1 minute closing.
But thank you.
I know. But look, God forbid if the government fail, Jowiah is not the alternative.
Jowiah is not. He's not.
So we're looking at people all around masquerading around here about Jowiah going back to power because Donald Trump come out of power. That shouldn't be that example for seditions. They don't need to go relax because we're campaigning as we did in the past. We will. Jowiah will never go back to power. We say it and we'll keep saying it. If God forbid, if Joseph Imabaka fail, we will look for another person to try. We'll keep trying until we find a rightful person. Jowiah what that says there, he failed massively. And we're looking at JMB too. As much we're looking at him, we yet to speak truth to power. Nobody in JMB government can call me. Nobody know me. So what all I say here, I say it the way I see it. That's it. All the things they're doing will come out, will say, me concern, I mean, just said it. Everything about that talking on the president. And there's a thing going on the president, I don't even know about it. People that see what the other person steal, they say the president know about the stealing. And come on. And the good thing about the good thing about this government, let me say this. Every corruption, and one of the person I'm gonna get credit to 100% Martin Colley. Every corruption, even in the hole, he will hold it off. That's good. Transparency. Let the world know what's going on. Let investigation go on. That's what we are saying. We're not saying everything that bread and butter. We here to. First of all, I'm not a party. I'm not a partisan for Unity Party. Nope. I'm not UPS. I'm just want the betterment for our country. That's it. We're not here to come be sharing. I mean, Dennis was singing song. Beyond somebody that was small or going play football, they get it. Beyond Paul was singing for them. Even when we're not scoring here, they still singing for her. You think about thing we are for? No. We have to speak that. We have to speak truth to power. If the government does the right thing, we'll say it. Like what the president did by suspending people who failed to declare their assets. We should commend the president for that. But still, people say it ain't happy. Doing Jowiah with ain't happy. It never happy. How many people Jowiah suspended for not declaring their assets? Nobody will not tell you. It never happened. When these things happening, let us give the president kudos. When the bad thing happen, we'll come here, we'll say it. One of the things that happening in our country, let me conclude on this so we can do so you can close. One of the things happening in our country, no. I really want to that's it on describe about the rule when it comes to they're killing, some happening mysteriously, and the rule of law on the police, Gregor Como, he need to take on step, he need to be vigilant. Where are some of the challenges that he's facing that there's no security in the country, things that are happening, people just coming up with story, and some of the things coming up with evidence. These are things we need to be discussing. And we'll come here, we'll say yes, we'll get our own ideas, our input, and we'll understand, then we'll say yes. But other than that, brother, the president fighting corruption, he didn't do what he want. He get people.
Thank you, Nelson.
Nelson, you there?
Josh. I mean say Josh, but AB.
Yes.
Where did you go?
The justice minister being a dean.
Yeah, guys. I'm back
Just
home.
say on the justice minister.
Any way clothed with the authority, doesn't in any way clothed with the authority to interpret the ruling of the Supreme Court.
He is.
Being a dean does not in any way give him the authority.
So, guys, I want to say thanks to everyone. It's been a great show. We look forward to we look forward to being here tomorrow. Not tomorrow, but on Monday. Until then, have a good night, everyone.
Nelson, before you go, I want to tell you
of the judiciary bench,
that anyone come on the show, they should make sure that they should remain here. Let everybody finish giving their closing.
Let's discuss that in the background, AB.
Okay.
Let's have it in the background.
Okay.
Yeah, as I'll discuss. Yeah, we can discuss that in the back. But I
Okay.
appreciate you. Yeah, thanks a lot to you and to everyone for being here. It's been a great show.